Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial. If you're new to the channel, my name is Agnes and today we are going to be making this fringe top. It has these tassels that I think make it a little bit more prettier. Yeah, I already have the tutorial of the skirt on my channel. I will leave the link in a pinned comment or you can check in the description box. So yes, I will not keep you. Let's go straight into the video. And before that, if you haven't subscribed, guys, please hit that subscription box. I will really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's get into the tutorial. So for this tutorial, you will need a tape measure to take your bust measurements. I will use a 3.0 millimeter hook, scissors, and you will need any medium weight yarn. This is Winter King, a brand from Kenya. You can use any medium weight yarn or DK yarn, size 3 or size 4 yarn. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So we are going to start with a foundation chain, and this is an equivalent of your bust. So make a slip knot and you are going to make chains. Chain enough in that when you stretch your chain, it is an equivalent of your bust measurements. My bust measurements, I'm working with 34 inches. So yeah, this is the chain that I have. You straighten it up, and once you put it under a tape measure, it's 29 inches, but when I stretch it, it actually stretches to 34 inches. So do the same, make sure you have enough that stretches to your bust measurements, and this is what we are going to work with. Okay, so we're going to join these together. Make sure it's straight. We will work the top from bottom to the top. Join it together using a slip stitch. Insert your hook into that very first chain that you made and make a slip stitch. Okay, so you're going to chain one, and for row 1 we are going to use single crochet. So go into your very first chain, insert your hook, yarn over, you have 2 loops, and then pull through the 2 loops. So go into the second chain and make a single crochet, into the third chain a single crochet, and you are going to insert single crochets in every chain until you get to the end of this first row. Do that and we'll meet once you're done with your first row. So I'm coming to the end of the first row, and you are going to insert your hook on top of the very first single crochet, just to close it off with a slip stitch. And then slip stitch. Oopsie. Alright, so that is our first row. For second row, we are going to start on the mesh. Okay, so you are going to chain 4, chain 4, and with the mesh you're going to be skipping 1 stitch. So skip that very first stitch there and go into the next stitch and work a double crochet. So we're going to be working with double crochets for this mesh. So you're going to chain 1, yarn over, skip the next stitch and go into the next stitch after that and make a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, go into the next and make a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next stitch and make a double crochet. So that is going to be our pattern for this row and the rest of the top. So every time skip one, go into the next, and I will meet you once you're at the end of this row to show you how to connect that. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row. So chain one, skip one, and on top of that very third chain, you are going to insert your hook and make a slip stitch. So that's how you close it off. Okay, this is how it looks so far. So you're going to row 3, chain 4, yarn over. You're going to skip that very first chain and going to on top of the very first double crochet and make a double crochet. Chain 1, go into the next double crochet and make a double crochet. Chain 1 and make a double crochet on top of the next double crochet. So that is going to be our pattern, and I will see you once you're at the end of this row. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row, chain 1, and on top of the chain 3, you are going to insert your hook and make a slip stitch. Okay, so for row 4, chain 4, go on top of the very first double crochet and make a double crochet, and this is basically going to be our pattern. Chain 1, go on top of the double crochet and make a double crochet. Do that until you have enough to cover your bust or how long you want your top to be. Okay, make enough rows that you are satisfied with the length of your top. You can make it longer, you can make it shorter, that's totally up to you. I'll see you once you are done with this part. Okay, this is what I have. These are my rows. Yeah, that is how it looks like, and this is an equivalent of 8 inches long. So my top is 8 inches long. Okay, so this is from my underarm to where I want it to reach. Okay, so we are now going to work chain 1 and work a row of single crochet. So into that very first stitch, insert a single crochet, go into the chain space and make a single crochet, go on top of that very first double crochet and make a single crochet into the chain space and on top of the double crochet. So that is going to be the pattern here. Make a single crochet in the chain space and on top of a double crochet until you get to the end of this row, and I'll see you once you're there. Alright, I'm done. Just make a slip stitch. Once you get to the end, cut off your yarn, and we are going to put this aside and work now on the sleeves first. Okay, so get your yarn, make a slip knot, and you're going to make a foundation chain from the length of your sleeve. So that's from your underarm to where you want your sleeve to reach. Mine, I want 20 inches, so I'm going to chain a chain as long as 20 inches long. Okay. So this is my chain. It's 20 inches long. That is when not stretched. It's 20 inches long. And yeah, so this is going to be the length of my sleeve. Okay. So you're going to, on your chain, you're going to add 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to work with double crochet. So skip 4 chains. Okay. 4 chains, and in the 5th chain you are going to make a double crochet. Okay, right, there is our first double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next and make a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, make a double crochet. So we are going straight into the mesh pattern. chain 1, skip 1, make a double crochet. So you're going to do that until you get to the end of this row. Okay, so I'm done with my row and this is how it looks like. So this is the length of my sleeve. So we are going to work now on row 2, chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Turn your work and we are going to, on top of that very first double crochet, we'll make our first double crochet. Then chain 1, make a double crochet on top of the next double crochet. You already know this pattern, so you are going to do that until you have the width of, I will meet you at the end of the row. So I'm at the end of the row, chain 1 and on top of the chain 3, skip 1 chain and on top of the next make a double crochet. Okay, so that's the end of our first row. Then chain 4, turn your work and make a double crochet on top of that very first one. Alright, so you're going to do that, repeat the pattern. It's the same pattern like before, the mesh pattern, until you have enough rows as you wish your width of your sleeve to be. Okay, every time you get there, chain 1 and then go into the third chain. So I'll meet you once you're done. Alright, so I'm done with my rows. Okay, I did 23 rows and this is an equivalent of about 13 inches wide. So my sleeve will be 13 inches wide. Okay, so we are going to join this together just to complete the sleeve. Fold it in half. And you're going to go into that very first stitch, insert your hook, go on the other side, pull through. So we are going to use slip stitches for this joining together. If you wish, you can use a single crochet, whichever is easier for you. So go into every stitch and make a slip stitch or single crochet just to join both the front and the back. And I will see you once you are done with putting this together. So this is how my sleeve looks like, and this is on the wrong side, and we are going to be working on the right side, so we need to turn this inside out. Okay, so now we are going to work on the edging that is at the bottom of the sleeve on your wrist area. So now we are working the wrist area. So we are going to use single crochets, chain 1, in that very first stitch, insert a single crochet, go into that space and make a single crochet, go on top of that first row and make a single crochet, go into the space, make a single crochet, on top of that second row make a single crochet. So it's going to be like that, one single crochet in the space and one single crochet at the top of the row. Okay, Do that and I'll see you once you're done with this first row of single crochets. Alright, so I'm at the end and we're going to finish this off with joining using a slip stitch on top of that very first single crochet. So that's the end of our first row. So you're going to chain one, insert your hook like that, make a single crochet, and for the next we are going to reduce, make a reduction. So go into the next stitch like that, and you're combining 2 stitches at a go, then make a single crochet. Next is just 1 single crochet, and the next we are going to reduce. So go in, yarn over, don't finish your single crochet, go into the next stitch, yarn over, and then now complete the single crochet. Okay, so the next will be a normal single crochet, next will be a reduction, don't complete that, go into the next and complete the single crochet. So we are joining 2 single crochets as one just to make a reduction. This is done after every single crochet. So 1 single crochet, 1 reduction, 1 single crochet, then make a reduction. Alright, so I'm at the end of that reduction row, and you're going to chain 1 and cut off your yarn. Okay, so that is now around the wrist. Okay, so we are going to go at the top now. Reattach your yarn. Chain 1, and we are going to work a row of single crochets just like we did at the bottom. So in every space and on top of the row, make sure you put in a single crochet. Yeah, I'll meet you at the end. So I'm at the end. You're going to close this off with a slip stitch on top of the very first single crochet, chain 1 and cut your yarn off. So go ahead and make the other sleeve. It should be similar. Once you're done, then I will see you and we will be joining these sleeves to the top. Okay, so do that. I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we are done. I already joined one of the sleeves and I'm going to show you how I did that. So this is how it looks under the arm, and we are going to do the same for this other side. So identify your middle part. This is where I was beginning and ending my rows, and that's going to be my side part. Okay, that's where I'll put my side and that's where I'll attach my sleeve. So you're going to count 1, 2 and 3 mesh holes, 1, 2 and 3 on each side. Okay, this is where I was joining my sleeves. So on each side it's going to be 3 3, that's a total number of 6, and this is what we are going to join to the top. Okay, 3, I will insert my hook there, and then I'll count 3 on that other side of the top side and insert my hook so that they are aligned. Then reattach my yarn. If you have a yarn needle, use it. Okay, so I'm going to join in every stitch using a single crochet. So from one mesh hole, you're going to do 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. That will be a total of 6 mesh holes. Three on this other side. Alright, so chain 1. Once you're done, cut off your yarn and tighten that off. Okay, so this is what we have. You go ahead and do the other sleeve the same way. Okay, and I see you once you are done with that. So you should be having your both sleeves on like me, and we are now going to do the top edging. So you're going to attach your yarn anywhere. Okay, so I'll just attach it here so that I can show you how to work both ends. So chain 1, and we're going to work using single crochets. So insert your first single crochet in your first stitch. Go into the next stitch, make a single crochet. Once you get to where we attached our sleeve, yeah, right there, you are going to insert your single crochet and go now to the top area. You're right from the sleeve now to the top. So you are going to insert a single crochet in every stitch all around. It's single crochets all around, and I will meet you once you are done with this row. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row, and I'm going to close this off with a slip stitch like that. And for this next row, we'll work with double crochets. However, along the sleeve part, we are going to make a reduction so that our sleeves are tight. Okay, so we'll be making a reduction only on the sleeve part. So chain 3. In that very first stitch, you are going to insert a double crochet. So for the next stitch, we are going to make a reduction. So insert your hook in the first stitch, come out from the next stitch. So it's more like front, is it a back post? Front post, I think. Yeah, front post. So make a double crochet like that. So we made a reduction there. Going to the next stitch. You see, we came inside that hole and got out of the next hole. So make a double crochet. So now we're going to make another reduction, enter in there like that and come out like that and make a double crochet. It is more like a front post. Okay, so the next will be a normal double crochet. And we are now past the sleeve. So we're only making reductions along the sleeve part, okay? Like that. So here we are going to just make normal double crochets. That's along the top part. no more double crochets, and once we get to the other side of the sleeve, then we will make reductions again. So make a double crochet in every stitch, and once you get to the other side, we'll do reductions along there. Alright, so I'm done with this other side. Now we are on part of the sleeve where we need to make a reduction. So go in there and come out on the next stitch and make a double crochet. So next is a normal double crochet, and next is a reduction. Insert your hook, come out on the next stitch and make a double crochet. So just watch what I'm doing. Go in, come out of the next stitch and make a double crochet. That's a reduction. Next is no reduction, and next is a reduction. So you're going to do that along the sleeves only the sleeves, okay, along the sleeves only. And once you get to the other part, don't reduce, and I will meet you once you are at the end of the row. So make only reductions along the sleeve part, okay. So yeah, that is how it looks. You're going to close this off by making a slip stitch on top of that very first double crochet. So chain one and cut off your yarn, and we are now going to go to the part where we add the tassel fringe. Okay, so that is how it should look by now. Yep, we are going to add the tassel fringe along this part. Okay, so you're going to take your measurements, and I want my tassel to be around around 12 inches long, okay, around 12 inches long. So I'll just add 1 inch, so that's 13 inches, so that I have enough to, to cut and do all that. So that double of that will be 26. Okay, so measure 26 like that. That is how long I want my strand to be. So you are going to make a couple of these equal strands like that. So each is 26 inches long. Then cut on this side and on the other side, and I'm going to just illustrate how to put these tassels, and then you'll go ahead and do the rest. So you're going to fold this into half. So each half is about 13 inches. So hold it like this. Go into one of the double crochets under it like that. Pull through, yarn over, and pull through that hole, and then you are going to tighten it like that. So that's our first one. This is how it looks. Take another strand, fold it into half like that. We are going to skip 1 stitch for now and see how the volume is. If the volume is not enough, then we'll come and add. So do that and pull through. So we are skipping 1 stitch just for now. We'll see how the volume is. So half, skip 1 stitch, go into the next, under it, insert your hook, pull through like that, yarn over, and pull through everything, then tighten. Take another strand, insert your hook under that stitch like that, pull through, and then tighten. So you're going to do that all around. If you think the volume is not enough of the fringes, then you can go ahead and put again more on these skipped stitches. Okay, so do that and I will see you once you are done. So you'll go all around the sleeve area, the back and the other sleeve, back to the front side, and yeah, I'll see you then. Alright, so I went all around and this is how it looks, but I feel I need more volume, I need more, yeah, so I'm going to add in all the skipped stitches. I'll add one more. So I'll just go in there like that. And add in every stitch that I skipped. So go ahead and do that if you wish to add more volume, and I'll meet you once you are done. Alright, so I'm done and this is how it looks like, and we are going to just cut this just to make a clean fringe down there. So arrange your strands. Okay, arrange your strands and get a scissor and cut in a straight line. Okay, it doesn't have to be so perfect really, but yeah, let's try and make it straight. Alright, so that's how it is. So go ahead and do the rest. So this is it, guys. This is how it looks. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, share to your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook groups, and I will really appreciate if you subscribe. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.